The response from yesterday's video was a little different than I thought it was going to go. So I'm going to ask you a question at the end today that I think might challenge you. I am super challenged on this one. Also, this is not going to be kid friendly. So kids out of here, parents, you have been warned. So yeah, let's talk about that. Hey guys, as always, a big to each of y'all. Yesterday, the video was talking about grooming and about the garbage we're putting into kindergarten, first, second grade. And I said, I'm not willing to have that in our society, but I'm okay. We're talking about kids, not willing. But on the other hand, I don't care what adults do behind closed doors. And oh my gosh, the response, a lot came in. And I want to deal with that. Again, not kid friendly. I'm sorry about that. Going to get a little awkward just for a moment. Stay with me. Got a question for you. Buckle up. Here we go. Today's episode of Fun is brought to you by CMMG. Fantastic warranties, super well made, but more importantly, they run like a scalded dog. They are awesome. They really are. I took my Resolute out Sunday night and had an absolute blast with it. It ran. Yours is going to run also. The Resolute, the Banshee, or the Endeavor line. Check it all out. CMMG.you know what. Thank you to those folks. Each of y'all, if you don't mind hitting thumbs up, thank you. This is the awkward part. I'm sorry, and this is not tongue-in-cheek, and I'm not trying to be cutesy-dootsie. I'll do that on Friday. Do you care what other adults put up their butts? Yesterday in the video, I was talking about children and the aggressive nature of the groomers that are trying to get into kindergarten, first and second grade, even into preschool, both in literature and in hands-on drag shows. And I'm not okay with that, not remotely okay with that. That's kids. But then I said, you know, I don't really care what adults do behind closed doors. And oh my gosh, a lot of folks hollered back and said, Johnny, there's the problem. You don't care what adults do behind closed doors. I'm like, well, okay, I care. Like, I don't want to live in a degenerate society. And yes, we have serious moral and ethical decline at all levels, both public and private. I get that. But what's the next step? If you were to say, okay, Johnny, we have moral decline and ethical decline, what do we do? Well, the next step is not federal government or federal laws. And a lot of folks emailed in to say, Johnny, that's the problem. Slippery slope. You don't care what people do behind closed doors. And one guy he spelled out, he was very eloquent, but he just said, hey, the very beginning of all this was sodomy in the bedroom, and marriage is supposed to be only for procreation and nothing else. And it was all about this stuff about what people do in the bedroom and about marriage. And I responded to him, and it was all about sodomy. And I said, what do you care about other adults putting up their rear ends? I don't care. Like, I don't care. Of the grand scheme of things we need to worry about in this country, that's not in the top 100. And why is he worried about it? And he's like, well, he said marriage is only for procreation. Okay, I guess with your 2 kids, you did it twice. And after your vasectomy, that was it. You moved down the hallway to the spare bedroom. That's the way it works. Again, I'm not trying to be cheeky here. We have problems in this country. The answer is not the federal government or laws, and I am baffled at how many people were like, well, the problem is allowing, that's the point of this video, allowing people to do things behind closed doors. Here's my question. How free are you willing to allow yourself and others to be? I'm not talking about living without restraint. I'm talking about the government and what they allow in society, local laws and state laws allowing us to do. We allowed them to do something behind closed doors. I'm not okay with laws that get into the bedroom. I want the laws pretty much to end in the kitchen. I want good, clean running water. I want electricity that comes in cheap and effective. I want smooth roads. I want the government in the garage. How about in the refrigerator? I'm okay with not with the FDA, but the idea of maybe a state government overseeing food and making sure that we don't have bacteria in food. That's pretty cool. Federal government, I want protected from without. Locally, I want Rooster Cogburn to go out into the streets and hunt down people that do bad things, but not hall monitors on the interstate giving me $250 tickets for driving 6 miles over in a made-up number and having hall monitors out there collecting cash from the populace. Here's the question. How free are you willing to be? How free Are you willing to allow others to be? This channel, is Johnny B, Spicy Freedom, and I've been challenged with that today. I get it, we're in moral decline, and I am not okay with us on most levels as a society. But then if you say, okay, what do? I'm not okay with more laws allowing people. I want to challenge you with that question. Are you willing to be free?